The Big Show on Kiss 92.
Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to the biggest and best breakfast show here in Singapore. Our guest for this morning is award-winning psychologist Dr. Geraldine Tan from the Therapy Room. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Jerry. And you're going to be talking about one of our favorite topics. Toxic people. Because we all have them.
know.
Toxicity.
I gave Sean an option, right? Did he want to do what was it that I gave you? Fairy tale or toxic people? Because
Fairy tale?
Fairy tale?
Yeah, with the coronation, with Frozen. No, not just that. But also, what has psychology got to do with fairy tales? And toxic people, Sean chose toxic people. So we're going for toxic people. He's not
Sean
the
chose
only one,
toxic
by the
people.
way.
You didn't ask us, Sean. You know what I would have chosen?
Toxic
Toxic people.
Yes,
Toxic people, yeah,
exactly.
Well done, Shawnee.
Exactly.
Good job,
I think it's something that we all live with, no matter whether we like it or not. We have some toxic people in our lives.
True. And he's not the only one, as I was saying. There's so many people. I'm not sure why. Over the week, people were saying, can you do something about toxic people? I was like, why? What's happening?
There's so many toxic people around. That's why. We can't kill them. So we're trying to find out ways to get them out of our lives without harming them.
But let's start with who they are
Yeah,
first.
who are these
who
toxic
are
people?
toxic people?
That's the question.
How do we qualify
So
them?
I've got, let me see, how many do I have? I've got 7 deadly toxic people.
Wow.
So let's see if we can identify with some of them. So the first one I have is the arrogant one. I know everything. I'm better than everyone else. And whatever that they say or they are trying to convey, they're the best.
Everything is,
You just
they
have
are
to
right about
sit
everything.
there.
But it's true. Sometimes
Yeah,
if you're the best, you're the best.
Oh, there you go.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Toxic person number one.
There we go.
No. Sorry. I take that back.
Don't we all know
I take
why?
that back. Okay, next.
The second type is who I call the liars.
Oh.
So they guess like everybody, or you might find them at the workplace. So for some of the listeners, they might actually hear them or see them or even experience them in the workplaces. So they may not have done something, they may have done something wrong, and they lie about it without batting an eyelid and get someone else into trouble. So
Okay.
those are the liars.
You know how the term
And then-
gaslight came about, right?
From a movie.
Huh?
It was from a movie.
No. Someone farted and then after that, they just lit the gas and
Glenn, it was a stunt I did on a TV show once. You don't have to bring it up again.
that is true. Okay, sorry, go on.
And the third kind?
The third one is who I call the greedy. So they're greedy for everything. They're greedy for attention. They're greedy for titles. They're greedy for friends. They're greedy for just basically everything.
Everything.
So when they come into your space, they try and grab everything that is yours also.
Oh.
Theirs and everyone else's, right? So
Okay.
they are the ones that not steal. I don't know whether they purposefully do it or not. They steal the limelight. They steal your friends. They steal basically things that are around you, and you don't.
But
want these
sometimes
sort
it's
of people.
natural. I mean, if you have that kind of gravitas, well, anyway.
Okay, Glenn,
let's.
you've already ticked off 2 on the list.
I know,
Careful,
yeah.
Oh, sorry, I take that back again. Okay, let's go on the Big Show TV and discuss these 3 points, and then later when we go back on the radio, we'll highlight 4 more.
Yes, that's
okay?
right.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Okay.
it is Tuesday, the 9th of May. Okay, so let's discuss the first 3.
So we have the arrogant, the liars, and the greedy.
Greedy.
So the arrogants are the ones that are like, I am the best. I do everything right. I'm on top of everyone else. The liars are those that just they can do something wrong, they have seen something, but they just lie about it, getting someone else into trouble or trying to protect themselves. And the greedy is they want the limelight, they want your friends, they want basically everything.
Okay.
So they will stop at nothing.
Okay, so now let's go to point number 1.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about point number 2 and point number 3 here
Okay.
on the Big Show TV. Okay.
Okay.
So the first point, what's so bad about that? It's much better for someone to have an ego, a hyped up sense of confidence rather than someone with no confidence at all.
No, it's about drawing the line. If you are so arrogant, you're so hyped up, and you're so into yourself and in your face, you don't realize the effect you have on other people.
Yeah, but then, I mean, look, a lot of people, right, they suffer because they have low self-esteem. So don't you think that at the end of the day, what we're talking about here is individually, right? Everyone has to take care of themselves. You know, there's some people who in order for them to feel, a sense of positivity in terms of themselves, their self-esteem and all that, they need to hype it up. They need to psych themselves up.
But arrogance,
So who are
and,
we?
Arrogance
and confidence is very
it's very
different. though.
different, you know?
It's very different.
I tend to think that people who are arrogant, the way we're describing arrogance right now, are people who are not confident. They cover
Yes,
up that lack
yeah.
of confidence.
Yeah, but I mean,
with
let's take one of my heroes, right? One of my
Overcompensating.
heroes, Donald Trump. So you see,
He's arrogant.
he became the president of the United States of America.
Only
If he
because they had
wasn't-
nobody to challenge
If
him.
he wasn't crazy arrogant and proud, he wouldn't be.
No.
I don't know. I feel like he may also suffer from some sort of self-esteem complex
Yeah.
because he's trying to overcompensate for
Yeah,
clearly,
but
clearly
he
everything that he doesn't
became
have.
the president of the United States of America.
Fair
so
enough. Doesn't
so
mean
he
he
goes
doesn't have
down in
complexes.
history as a legacy. I mean, isn't that better than someone who?
Disappears in the wall. No, but
Yeah.
I mean, just because he was president of the United States doesn't make him the best person in the world.
And just because
you
he's
know?
president doesn't mean he left
You
a
say that
legacy.
because none of us are related to him.
No,
But if he was a family member, you go like,
I
hey,
would cancel him out of my life.
no, I don't think so. Right now, Jerry. I mean, you see a
But
lot
we
of
are
people with.
talking about deadly toxic people
Yeah.
causing
Deadly.
harm to others. So when we look at this sort of toxicity, it hurts other people. It doesn't matter what title you hold, where you are. So it doesn't matter what how far you are up on the ladder or how low you are. You can still be toxic.
Yeah.
I just feel like sometimes being toxic is not such a bad thing.
No,
Hey, anyway,
okay, let's move on to
Yeah,
point number 2.
point number 2.
Liars.
Liars.
Gaslighters.
Gaslighters.
So those
First, we
that-
define gaslighting.
My gas has run out at home, by the way. Please remind me I need to order a gas cylinder. No, seriously. Because I was just
Go.
like, I was just saying gas lighters, and I'm like, oh, that's right, my gas has run out.
You know,
Go with piped in gas.
no, wait, we got to keep on topic because now we're talking about gaslighters. People are saying, I've got gas, I'm feeling bloated. That's not what we're talking
no.
about.
But gaslighters do talk through their asses,
Yeah,
right?
this is true. This is true.
Okay, go on.
They create a story that is not there, and then they impose it onto someone, and the person feels a lot. So whoever that's on the receiving end feels a lot of injustice, and no matter how the victim goes, but this didn't happen. The gaslighter or the liar would just not bat an eyelid and just insist that it happened. So after a long period of time, you start to doubt yourself,
Yes.
and you start to feel small. You start to feel like you are, there's something wrong with you when there is actually nothing wrong with you. So these toxic people kind of eat you up slowly. It's like a bad chemical that bleeds into every facet, you know.
I love working with these toxic people. Oh, sorry, I'm not saying you guys are toxic. I love working with toxic people because it'll make me raise my game.
Oh, okay. Anyway, okay, so that's number
well,
two.
there you go. You just ignored me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Number
Okay.
three.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The greedy people, the greedy people who just don't have enough of everything. So they come in and they start talking, they steal your limelight, they steal your friends, they steal different things that are perhaps of value to you, and you feel very uncomfortable. It's not that you don't want to share the attention or the limelight, but they consume everything. They come into your space and they take over.
It's almost like you can't breathe around them.
No lah.
This.
No, I know exactly what Jerry's talking about. It's almost like you can't breathe around them.
But I've seen you. I've seen you in a room full of people.
It's
You kind of take over. I am the
That's
Flying
Glenn.
Dutchman.
Glenn, you
That's
don't seem
because
to be
they-
getting anything about
Oh,
this
sorry.
topic at
Yeah,
all.
at
My
all.
goodness.
Okay.
Jerry.
Oh,
Jerry,
wow.
we have a question on our Facebook page, and I think it's an
Hang on.
interesting one. When we come back,
Yeah.
I'll ask you that question. Yeah.
And then we'll move on to 4, 5,
Five
and
and
6.
six. Yeah.
FD likes attention.
Yeah.
I know he likes attention. He doesn't get attention, that's it. Then you'll go like,
You're gaslighting him
I
right
hate
now,
this
you know?
event.
You're-
I'm leaving it now. Okay, sorry. Okay.
What is wrong with you
I
today?
won't say that on air. Welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. It's Glenn Angel and the Flying Dutchman. Our guest for this morning is Dr. Geraldine Tan from the therapy room. I just want to tell everyone I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you,
Boy, you don't say.
I have recovered.
he
you know?
has, I feel like he's eaten some horse flesh or something. Something weird's going
I
on
went
with
for
him
a
today.
run yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And?
And I felt good. You know, after COVID, right? I
And
just felt
influenza
so
A?
weak. Yeah. So weak. But now I've gotten my strength
Oh,
back.
good.
I
And
just-
That's always
stamina.
good.
I just want to know what
We
greens you've
can
been
see
eating.
that.
Yeah, so you played golf and you went for a run.
I went. Yes.
Oh my goodness!
Lord.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, today I'm
so-
going to do 3 things.
Yeah.
Today I've got golf lesson. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go on my spin bike.
Okay.
And then I'm going to run.
Oh,
well.
slow down, Chucky, because at the end of it, tomorrow you're going to come. I'm aching. I think I'm not feeling
Today
so.
my back is aching
Okay.
a little bit. Honey, a
All right.
little
Okay.
bit.
Okay. We
I
have
want to
got-
get back to this
Yeah.
question we
Anyway,
had on
this damn
Facebook.
COVID. If you've just had COVID and you're feeling like, under and all that, don't worry. You'll feel good again very soon.
Okay, Glenn, are you done talking?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
we
what
need to
happened?
get back to Dr. Jerry because we
Okay.
need to cover the topics
Yeah.
that she wants to talk about toxic people.
Yeah,
Okay,
so we
okay.
were talking about the arrogant people, the liars, and the greedy.
The greedy, yes.
Here's a question
Yeah.
about arrogant people, and I've never heard this one put forward before. Shingo. For the arrogance, how about parents who always think they know what's best for their children? They then determine everything from their children, from their careers to their life partners. Can they be considered as toxic?
That's toxic. It belongs to another category called the control freak. So that's another one. So parents may not be arrogant, but they may be control freaks. So they want to control every single thing. You might see colleagues like that, parents like that, teachers like that, bosses like that, where they micromanage
Yeah.
to each and every detail because yes, maybe they think they know better, but more than knowing better, they don't want anything to go wrong. So they want to control each and everything. And that feels very stifling for the people around them.
Yeah, and the parents have every right to do that because they brought you into this world. So,
I'm sorry,
if you're
I
a
don't.
parent and you're a control freak over your children,
No.
don't feel ashamed of that. You have every right.
I'm a parent,
If-
and I'll tell you, you don't have that right.
You are funny, lah. You get your kids to kiss their boyfriends in front of you and
Oh,
all that.
what's wrong with that?
No,
No.
cannot. I will not be a parent like that.
Yeah, but you're
you
not
want
a parent,
You
so-
go,
okay.
You go and do it in a corner somewhere. But what I'm trying to say here is that parents have the right, to be. To have this say, to be control freaks over their kids. But I mean, if their kid has anything that they want to say, then they should have a nice conversation with their parents.
No control.
And justify it.
No control freak will allow you to do that.
You know, it seems like Glenn's just been let out of some cage or something. You know, the
Yeah.
COVID cage. All of a sudden, he's like so like full of
I say
all of energy.
He's so
and
full
all
of
this.
it.
Right.
Yeah, he's full of it. You're right. He's
Back
full of
to
it.
his naughty kid.
Sorry,
Back
sorry.
to his naughty child syndrome. Okay, wait.
Go
We
ahead.
only covered 1, 2, and 3. What's the 4th, 5th, 6th, and
The fourth
7th?
one
Just
is
so we can,
the
so we know.
control freak.
Okay.
Yeah, the control freak, the jealous. So they are very judgy. They would point at every single thing and go like, "This is not right," and they are full of envy. So it would feel very embarrassing to be in their presence. You feel very judged to be in their presence. So that's the jealous. And then there's the who I call the soap opera.
So the
So there's a lot
drama.
of drama
Right.
around them. There's always something that is going on, a crisis to be dealt with, and you can't seem to catch up because you're constantly helping them to deal with things, fix things, and it's just never enough. There's something else that's coming up that they go, "Oh my gosh," and you go, "Oh my God, what happened this time now?"
Everything is
and
an
then-
emergency, right? Everything is a must do it now because it's do or die or it's life or death and then it's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, and it's not only do or die. It's always like something is going on.
Yeah.
So it's literally like a drama serial that is going ongoing for years and years and years. And the last type would be who I call the heavy-footed. Everything is dark, it's dreary. They just come with that hunched back and that
yeah.
literally heavy foot, right? They just plod along, and you're trying to lift them up, you're trying to bring them out, you're trying to talk to them, but it is just dark, gloomy. Yeah,
I don't get the last
And
one.
negative. It's just somebody who's
Yeah, really
always
negative
negative.
person.
Someone who's always very negative. You know, you have those people that's like,
You know why they're
"Oh,
negative? Because they're not arrogant.
Arrogant
They
and-
don't have
they're not control freaks.
Yeah, they
They're
don't
not-
have self-esteem. That's why.
Okay, we'll go on the Big Show and the Big Show. Then we'll go on the Big Show TV to continue this conversation.
Okay, I'm all for expressing yourself.
Yes,
Boy,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
we
In the
know that
words
today.
of my daughter, express yourself. Okay, it is 8:17.
Okay,
Okay,
Glenn, for
Jerry.
one moment. Shh.
Jerry,
forgot to
so
take
we
his
have these
coffee.
toxic. Yeah, I know. I think he's had too much coffee. Either that or he's added something to the coffee.
I think that's something in your drink
yeah.
today, you know?
I finished it. I'm
Jerry.
going to get coffee. Y'all
okay,
talk.
go.
Jerry, with these toxic people, who needs the help? The people who have to deal with the toxic people, or the toxic?
The people who have to deal with, I say, because people don't change that quickly, I feel. Especially for
So
toxic people.
who would go and see you, for example, the person dealing with the toxic person or the toxic people?
Well, if the toxic person has insight or has enough empathy to realize I'm causing something or some hurt to someone, they would come forward. And I have had families come in. So family session with the parent coming in and saying that I think I caused hurt to my child. So the child who is also seeing the psychiatrist and the psychologist is able to say, yes, you've done this, and we work together collaboratively to deal with the issue. It's really nice to see.
Yeah, I'm sure this is what I was thinking, because it's almost like marriage counseling where a husband and wife go to someone to talk it out. Here, if I am the person suffering because of a toxic
Yep.
person and I can
Yep.
convince them to come with me
yeah.
to the session, the problem gets solved on both ends.
And it's kind of like, it's almost like a mediation, is it? A little bit? Sounds like it.
It's creating awareness, it's creating change in the person. So mediation is, let's moderate and everything, but it's not quite moderation in
Okay.
therapy. It's is helping them to create a change for the better.
Creating
Yeah,
an
and-
awareness first and then a change, right?
Yeah, because you give them
Yeah.
you offer them the space to be able to speak about it, and both sides know where the other person is coming from, and they may not, like you said, creating awareness because they may not know that they're
not
doing
know.
that.
Yeah, so even in offices, so some organizations, they have what we call EAP program, Employee Assistance Program. We do that too. So we do conflict management in the workplace. So it can be with a manager and one of the team members. It can be between team members. Yeah, so we do that because we do see this toxic behavior in a very intimate space or relationships.
I think this toxic behavior is very subjective. I think everyone should learn how to
starting to
be
talk again? Okay.
hyper competitive. That way,
Does that
everyone
fall?
will be strong.
Does that
Glenn
fall
needs a
under?
coach.
Yeah, does that fall under any category here? Hyper competitive, in any of your 7.
There, Jerry, you
Toxic
as a
people?
psychologist, you should teach everyone to be super competitive.
No.
You can be competitive.
Yeah.
Competitive is bettering yourself, just like how you play golf, right? You better, so you have a goal and you better your goal, but it's your goal. It is not to hurt someone
Anybody else.
And the other day,
Yeah,
I
but
threw
when
one
you're-
putter in the water.
Yeah, but you're
So
not
now I'm-
hurting. But you're not hurting anyone else.
I'm
Did
down
you,
to 24 putters.
Did
now.
you hurt a monitor lizard?
It may have hit a fish or something like that.
No, see, so you are toxic then. You are toxic. The fish has feelings, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just
feelings,
saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. It might have hit something.
Oh dear. Okay, I will call Acres the next
But it's
time you go
okay,
play
right?
golf.
It's not like I mean, for people who express themselves like that, it's just to vent the
What?
frustration.
Throwing a putter?
Yeah, or maybe
Because
just
some-
kicking something.
No, because I mean, I feel like kicking something could turn out to be kicking someone in
No,
the
no.
end. You know, I mean, I don't know.
If I
Jerry-
kick someone, it'll just be a push kick.
Oh gosh. Okay, Dr. Jerry, please intervene.
Yeah, well, Jerry, I've got something that has just dawned on me.
Yes.
With violence, sometimes people make excuses for the violence that happens to them in a violent relationship, right?
Okay, hold on. We'll go on air and you ask Jerry that. Okay. I was about to throw something at you.
It just went up as I was
Okay,
talking.
sorry about
I
that.
saw it. No,
Okay.
deal with toxicity, Glenn.
Good morning. Yeah.
There.
Toxic
See?
Glenn.
Only
Toxic
kidding,
Glenn.
only kidding. I've worked with you for
Let's
too
get
many
you
years.
therapized before you're hurt Nianzhou later, okay?
Oh,
No.
But Jerry, I want to ask this because it just dawned on me. So, in a physically abusive relationship, many times the person being abused makes excuses for the abuser.
yeah.
Does that happen in toxic relationships as well?
You can, after a long period of time, you after being like devalued, being doubted, having to fix things, you start to feel bad about yourself. But because it is not quite an abusive relationship, there's still that boundary there, you see. So you're still able to step back and go like, I don't like this. Why am I getting myself into this? So that tends to be the narrative of the
But
other person.
do these people ever make excuses for the toxic person?
I'm sure.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
He has a bad day, he's just like that, is his personality, and especially if it's a friend, you say, oh, but this person is like that all the time, just and we dismiss the behavior. So oftentimes with toxic people, we tend to dismiss the behavior.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line. That's where I say, I mean, if someone is being abused
Yeah.
physically or emotionally or whatever,
Or mentally,
someone
yeah.
who
Or
is
mentally,
strong,
yeah.
taking it out on someone who is
Not as
helpless,
Yeah.
you know,
But-
that's bad.
That's why I wanted to ask. Toxicity is almost bordering on abuse, right? Because it is over a longer period of time where, say, the arrogant or the gaslighter or the control freak or the jealous eats into the people around them, and eventually they. I mean, I feel it's a form of abuse, but over a longer period of time.
Well, the toxic personality, their personality is toxic. So it is their issue and not
Oh,
our
right.
issue. So we can actually step away from it. So there's a bit more distance where you talk about an abusive relationship, it tends to be a bit more intimate. It tends to be closer. We find it more difficult to step away from the relationship.
But if you're a toxic partner or a toxic parent or a toxic wife,
Yeah.
husband,
Then
then
Toxic
it becomes
partner.
becomes abusive, right?
Yes, and it can morph into something more sinister. It can be more abusive in that sense. And what if some of these toxic personalities have clinical disorders? Clinical disorders like narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, morbid jealousy disorder. Then that they have completely no insight.
Does Glenn have narcissistic disorder? Oh, you haven't. He hasn't
No,
been on
he's
your
just
couch
a
You
yet.
let me sit on your
boy.
couch, then you know.
I think they developed a word for him.
What is that?
They developed a word
The
for
word
him.
for him, right?
Hey, Jerry, next week, how about we talk about toxic relationships?
Yeah, because this
Yeah.
one was more an outsider, right? Like a colleague or a friend.
Yeah, but what if
I
you're in
think
a
something
relationship?
internal, like a
Like
relationship
between
or a
husband and
parent.
wife,
Yeah,
or
for
you know,
sure.
boyfriend, girlfriend.
Parents to children as well can be toxic.
Yeah.
No need, lah.
No need.
The parents
Oh,
have
just-
every right to
Okay.
abuse their children.
It's very interesting.
I mean, no.
Okay,
Not
yeah,
abuse
no.
their children, but basically, I
Did you
mean,
just
put
say
them
that?
in their places.
Okay.
No, because it's very interesting. Jerry gave us 7 different types today, and
Yeah.
I've been taking note. I've had to deal with 4 of them.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
Different times in my life, but I've had to deal with 4 of them.
Who asked you to have so many children?
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with my children. For
one
goodness
each.
sakes. You're horrible, you are. You're horrible.
Okay, Jerry, we'll continue to talk
Toxic
about
people.
toxic people next
next
week.
week.
Sure. And I'm not sure if you're caught the Netflix, The Light We Carry, Oprah Winfrey and Michelle Obama. So there's one part that Oprah Winfrey asked Michelle Obama, did all your friends make the cut once you went to the White House? Obama answer was lost oxygen, couldn't make the climb. No, they did not, she replies. And Michelle Obama says, here's the thing that I've learned. Stay open to friends, but when they show you who they are, you got to believe them and then move on.
Yeah.
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 I
Good
just
one.
want to say, I think Oprah and Michelle Obama are the 2 most fake people on the face of this planet.
Wow.
Michelle
okay.
is amazing. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Just my
Topic
opinion.
for another day.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Jerry.
I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you later, alligator.
Bye.
All right.